Leo, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to look at your love situation. We're going to look at past, present, and future. And at the end, we're going to pull some oracle cards for you. You can thank our clarifying deck, Leo. I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. The Naked Heart Tarot. I let this deck tell me what sign to do next, and it landed on you. So here we are. You did show up pretty strongly in the Libra reading that I did earlier today, so there must be Leo in the air. So let's get started. Spirit, can you tell me what we have for Leo in the past in love, please? What do we have in the past for love for Leo? Thank you. On the floor, we have the Tower, Leo. What do we have in the present? Strength, there you are. And what do we have in the future for Leo? Come on, get it together. What do we have in the future position for Leo in love, please? Thank you. The Lovers. Gorgeous. We got all majors coming out, which is interesting because the Tower, 16 adds up to 7. Strength in the middle is an 8. And in the future we have a 6. So interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. I'm not sure what to make of this card, the imagery. I'm not sure what's happening here. Underneath that, we do have the Four of Pentacles. So you could definitely be dealing with a Libra. Indecision, insecurity, someone being afraid to open up here. I'm getting like a fear of success or a fear of being happy. So I'm just going to start clarifying right away, Leo, because I would like to know what this Tower is in the past. I'm getting like someone who wasn't ready or something like that. Something unexpected happening when someone wasn't prepared to deal with it. I'll take these and I'm going to put them back. What do we got? The Judgment card. And the Two of Wands. Ooh, okay. So, I mean, someone could have been afraid of judgment here from friends or a friend group or something like this. Once again, with the Two of Wands, that indecision, yes, and the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck is further telling me that somebody wasn't prepared, they weren't ready, they needed to think about something, they needed more information. It's very Libra, but you could be dealing with any sign. We also have Gemini and Aries and Scorpio. Could be dealing with another Leo. All right, let's try again here to clarify the Tower for me for Leo. Clarify the Tower for me. All right, I'm getting messy cards everywhere. I'm getting the Death card, the Empress at the bottom of the deck here. So again, we have the Tower, Leo. We have the Death card coming out, the Lovers, and the Seven of Swords. Okay, I can't deny right now that there could be some sort of cheating situation in the past, okay? With the Empress card at the bottom of the deck, I hate to say this, but there could have been some sort of pregnancy involved, okay? lying, cheating, stealing. I mean, anything could be going on here with the Seven of Swords. But I also feel like for some of you, this is about somebody not being ready for some kind of changes that were coming or did come as a result of something unexpected happening, okay? And this could be something in their external life, or this could be like just meeting you in general, all right? I feel like they had to, once again, make a decision, make choice, make maybe multiple choices that they weren't prepared to make. Three of Swords. Yeah. I don't know, Leo. This feels messy. Let me get one more card here for the past. Okay, we got Scorpio out now on the table. Help me understand this past situation. The Three of Pentacles. Okay, there were more than one. There was more than two people. Okay, more than two people involved for sure at this point. Also, all signs are pointing to this. Heart of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Devil. Okay, Leo, this could be a number of situations here, okay? I feel like, there could just be so many situations going on here. I feel like potentially someone bailed because there was a third party involved, okay? It could also have something to do, like I said, with a pregnancy. Very messy messages floating in the air, but it could be none of that as well, okay? I definitely feel like this could be as simple as someone wasn't ready to make certain choices about their life, probably because of some sort of outside influence, whether that be their job, their family, their friends, some sort of judgment, okay? This could just be like an immature person or a recently divorced person who didn't want to appear as if they were settling down or being too serious too soon, something like this, okay? It has something to do with like comparing themselves to a standard or a norm or what they think other people might think of them. And like I said, there could be other messy situations that I'm picking up in here, like specifically like that maybe you bailed from a situation in the past because you found out that somebody was entertaining other people, and there could have potentially been a surprise pregnancy or a surprise child that you found out about, something like this, and it was just too much. And with the Death card, you could have, you know, put a pin in that situation and snuck out the back, Jack. Avoid that drama, right? So hopefully that all made sense. I hope I covered like pretty much everything I'm picking up there. I don't know if I can cover the entirety of possibilities in the realm of like a third party situation, what could come up, what could happen. I did see the Devil card. So a third party situation can also mean like an addiction or an obsession or a mental illness, right? That someone has to fight. It doesn't have to be a person or an entity like work or family. It can be like a personal issue that person is battling, that they need to face and work out, especially with the Strength card here in the center. Okay, the Strength card is about taking on something that might be too much for you to handle. Right here we have this person standing up to a tank, right? Like a war machine. So let's clarify the Strength card. The Spirit of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Star, and the Eight of Swords. One more. Yeah, Nine of Wands was at the bottom of the deck. You could definitely be dealing with a Libra. One more here. The Page of Wands. Well, like I said, Ace of Wands and Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's like somebody, there's a turning point happening in the present where, like I said, somebody had to overcome something, okay, that could have been potentially destroying them, killing them, right? Or just metaphorically speaking, just like fundamentally rocking their world, okay? So they had to work on their inner strength and their resolve. They had to prioritize their stability as a person, their growth as a person, and, you know, possibly really take care of themselves, okay? Because the Pentacles cards are about like making real life concrete changes in your diet and your health, things like this, taking care of things. This is Taurus energy for me. So this symbolizes like nurturing, healthy eating, healthy habits, lifestyle. And I'm sort of picking that up here, that kind of intervention was needed for somebody. With the Star card, this is the card of healing. This is card of getting right with the world, right with yourself. Being happy and comfortable with yourself. Once again, it can talk about like health, spiritual health, like getting clean is kind of what I'm picking up here. And once again, being happy, being comfortable with yourself, being not afraid to be in the world. And yeah, freeing yourself from the mental entrapments that you place upon yourself, from the excuses that you tell yourself are valid, that hold you back from the truths and all of the dark things that you refuse to see. Okay? And that was what somebody had to do here, whether that's you or this other person. With the Page of Wands, yeah, I'm feeling like this is talking about the feeling of freedom, the breaking away, the closing out of the Ten of Wands, and beginning anew with the Ace of Wands. Okay. This feels like something I can only explain like in a vague way. Okay, this is something like that involved many steps, many hours, many incremental like increases in power and strength, like daily things, like, like each meal that this person ate, like they did, it's like they had to do it with intention. Okay, and this could be recovering from mental illness or a breakdown, something like this, where it's like your every habit matters, where it builds your strength. Every little thing you do, right, can add or subtract from your progress. This is like the sense I'm getting here. But I mean, this feels good. This feels like good news with the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, Ten of Wands underneath it. So it's like a progress. So is this like somebody being ready to begin again? Recollecting their inner resolve, their inner strength, their power and stability. And breaking free of old habits and old mental constraints. Can you clarify the Lovers? That was quick. Nine of Pentacles. Can you give me more for the Lovers card, please? That's a lot of cards. Let's... Okay. More floor. All right, we have the Emperor and the Four of Wands. Yes, yes. This is beautiful, actually. So we have the Lovers, okay? Obviously, the Lovers can symbolize a soulmate. It can symbolize a union. But it can also symbolize being able to make the right, correct, obvious, healthy choice. And I feel like regardless of the situation, that is important to note for someone. I feel like somebody, and especially if you're dealing with a Libra, I feel like somebody had difficulty making obvious, correct choices in the past, okay? They made destructive, bad choices in the past. And Nine of Pentacles. It's like they've chosen abundance. They've chosen strength. You see how the flamingo here is standing on one leg. The other is posed underneath it. They've chosen to focus on health. The Nine of Pentacles to me is also a card of health. And I'm feeling that undertone here, Leo, in your reading. If you were dealing with somebody very unhealthy in some way, mentally, physically, whatever, I feel like the choice is health. The choice is to focus on their value, focus on nurturing themselves and their environment, focus on like cleanliness. I'm feeling like clean eating, or, you know, clean from substances, something. Four of Wands, card of stability. It's a card of reunion, celebration, having a reason to celebrate. An accomplishment, okay? It's like a milestone, like the finish line that you cross. And yeah, the Emperor. Super powerful, powerful energy, okay? Either you or this person have gone through a tremendous spiritual searching, a spiritual victory, okay? And the Emperor, what I love about this is because I'm feeling the fight here, okay? I'm feeling the fight in the present. I'm going to get emotional, Leo. I'm feeling the fight here in the present, okay? This feels to me like somebody who is like fighting through every moment. Like I said, someone who is fighting with every choice they make, whether it's what to drink, what to eat, what to wear, what to do with their day, you know, with each hour. And it's like they're fighting for their health, they're fighting for their growth, they're fighting to get better. And the Emperor is like the cap on that for me. The Emperor symbolizes being ready and armed, but not necessarily required to fight anymore. The Emperor is about control, inner resolve. That what we're working on here with the Strength card, with that, you know, just consistent, yeah, like consistently showing up and doing the work. It's like the Emperor is the result of that, where it's like he's fought the battles, he's won the battles, and now he can wear his armor, right, and be prepared. I don't have the Rider Waite with me right this second, but he wears his armor underneath his clothing, underneath his fancy robe and things like this, but he still has his armor on, he still has his protection, he still has the strength and ability to fight, but he doesn't have to anymore. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, in the future here, okay, certainly with the Lovers, this could symbolize connection. Four of Wands could symbolize engagement, but ultimately, more than anything, I think this is symbolizing like a person who has fought the battle and won. The person who has prioritized health and wellness and stability and won. Like, this is so powerful. Okay? I know this is supposed to be a love reading, but I'm just feeling like this very powerful energy off of somebody here. And it's like, I mean, yeah. Let's pull one more card. What other message can you give me for Leo here? The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, change. Then we talk about this. I talked about this with the Tower and the Death card. Those are both cards of like change, unexpected change. That it's like divine intervention. And eventually the wheel turns. And eventually, you know, things are, it's revealed to us the purpose of things that have happened in our life. And we understand divine timing. And we understand that fortune favors the brave. And this person is very brave. So whatever's going on here, Leo, it's the path to destiny. The Lovers tells me that as well. Divine intervention is all over this reading. Okay, but this is a very, very positive sign for you. Okay. Could be a Virgo. Yes, the Hermit. I do feel like somebody has had a dark night of the soul here. I don't know if that was much of a love reading, Leo, but I hope it makes sense to you. Let's pull from the Personal Power Oracle. What do you have for Leo? Okay. Okay, well, we're getting 2 cards, Leo. Number 4, I can change my thoughts. Yes. I definitely think it's possible here that for somebody, their thoughts were their own worst enemy. And in the present here, that could be like an intervention to help them control their thoughts, to rewire their thoughts. I am open to receive number 24. I hope so. You should be open to receive, because this is packed with spiritual like intervention, okay? And wellness and blessings. At the bottom of the deck, I always look at the bottom of the deck. We have number 21. I am good enough. You're always good enough, Leo. Okay, let's pull from the Queen of the Moon. Spirit, what do we need to tell Leo? What do we need to tell Leo? Thank you. Boundaries, number 12, Leo. Okay, this is a very long one, Leo, so I'm honestly going to copy and paste the one that I read. I'm just going to input that here, okay? Judging what you need and what you don't need allows you to place healthy boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. Judge what is healthy and right for you with clarity and care. Simplify. I can say yes or no with authenticity and clarity. In times of sickness, or say the presence of very strong emotions such as grief, we often naturally simplify. We cut out all the extras that are too hard or too complex at that time. We might only want to see or communicate with friends we know and trust to understand, love, and support us, warts and all. We might only choose to spend the depth of our heart and time with a few people rather than many, and we become vastly sensitive to those we now discover take their unfair share of our energy. We might also look to our body more compassionately and eat nourishing foods to heal it, do comfortable things for it to recover more easily, or just decide to rest it completely. What if we did this all the time? What if we more consciously chose more simply and specifically for the benefit of our own mind, body, and spirit? Yes, life is complex, but it can be richer and more enjoyable if we pare back what is negatively extra and choose a more deliberate and authentic path. We don't need so much fluff and people-pleasing and running about madly and fast food and fast fashion and gossip and hardcore Olympic-level scheduling and stress. We just don't. This judgment you made was for you, and it worked. Not all judgment is bad or to be avoided. We judge what we will accept and what we will not. If we don't, we do not have values, nor do we have boundaries. To simply focus on your own experiences and not look outside yourself for justice may all be very nice for gurus, but for those of us who want to be the change that we wish to see, I judge happily that certain things are unacceptable. So I strive to change those things. People judged that slavery wasn't right and involved themselves in change, even to the extent of waging war. People judged that whaling wasn't right, so it's been banned in most countries. We judged that apartheid wasn't right, and people died to change it. One brave man, Nelson Mandela, was jailed for decades as a result. Boundaries teach people how to treat us, and this is a kind of positive judgment. Companion stone or metal is obsidian. Yes, we saw judgment at the beginning of the reading, right? The judgment card popped out, and I don't understand necessarily what the full relevance is for certain, but it's like somebody needed to hone their own personal judgment. They needed to learn how to trust themselves. Yeah, to focus on their own experiences. Okay, Leo, I hope this helps. Thank you guys so much. I will see you soon.